T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's get ready to sucker!
Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time, big time. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Lot of sun, smoky in the air, that's a lot of crime. Just running over with the color sun. Try to take it from me. Big time. I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of shine. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of crime. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, from me, from me, from me. Big time, number 9. Got it in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind.
Welcome to the Power Hour Thursday edition. It is the three amigos, Quinn, myself, and Billy Mack. 1, 2, 3. Jeff bailed on us today. Nobody else is here. DJ's up in Canton. So just going to be the three of us and you guys out there listening and watching as well. So thank everybody.
Just a scumbag.
Yeah. And you know, the National Day today was going to be perfect because it's one of the highlights of like the different, I don't want to say cutouts, but you know, the different video clips that we've had of Jeff over the years, because looking at the National Day, I know this was the National Day last year. I can't remember exactly why I wasn't on this day, but it's national. The best day to pick out of there, honestly, is the National Underwear Day. And it was either Oyster, Work Like a Dog, or what, IPA Day. So, yeah, I don't like IPAs, so I don't give a shit. I don't like oysters either. So they're disgusting. It's like slime. But the Underwear Day just reminds me of Jeff last year. And as a matter of fact, Quinn, he was sitting next to you. You guys were down at HQ, and they asked him what kind of underwear he liked, and he said he liked Heinz. And I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Fucking Heinz. I mean, come on, Jeff. Like, that's ketchup. Everybody knows that. And there I was. I snuck one in there real quick. I don't know if anybody caught that already at the beginning of the show. But Heinz. Haynes. Jeff Haynes. I don't care. Listen, it's a show. It's a show for us to have a good time. I mean, every now and then.
5 minutes in and it's already gone off the hook.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the three of us. What do they expect? You know? I mean, we're just gonna. Hey, we got nowhere to go but up from here now. So that's the way we can look at it. So I mean, I listen. The underwear thing. Listen, we all wear it. We all know it. I mean, most of us are guys that wear boxer briefs. So there you go. I mean, boxers are ridiculous because there's nothing there. So I mean. Seriously, there's no support in boxers. There isn't. I don't understand why people wear them. So, DJ wants to know who sponsors the show. Quinn, you have to put the sponsor bar up there.
Yeah, I've been trying to find it. The whole layout changed, and I don't know where anything's at.
Yeah,
They do. There we go.
Sponsors.
There we go.
And look, we still get to see Billy's face in there, so it's great. So it's all good. I'm like I said, really the only thing
we can do the three.
Three what?
Oh, I don't know. My internet just sucks. So
Billy freezes every now and then, so he's gonna be popping in and out there. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah. So I mean, I guess National Day would be Underwear Day, and I mean, it just reminded me of last year because that is the highlight clips for Jeff Bezos with his Heinz. He wears Heinz, which is just unbelievable. But yeah, boxers don't do that for you. I'm sorry, they don't. You need to have that support. And tighty whities are just awkward. Those are like something like old men wear. You see that? I mean, that's just weird. I'm sorry. It's just my personal opinion.
This is incredible.
Yeah. Hey, when there's nothing else, I mean, you want to talk about oysters or IPAs? I mean, I guess we could talk about beer, but I mean, is anybody a big fan of the IPAs here?
No.
It's a nice regular beer. And Billy's gone, so it's just you and I, Quentin. There we go. I mean,
great.
He'll come back because his internet will be spotty, but that's all right. I mean, slow day here, obviously, for YSN. I mean, we got DJ up there up in Canton doing some interviews with some NFL players. It's the Hall of Fame game tonight. So he's up there and talking to a bunch of the pros that are coming in and out there. He's been sending us pictures. I mean, it's a great opportunity for YSN to be up there and to see some of these people and to be a part of those festivities. So that's definitely awesome there. And the couple things I had to talk about today. I mean, the one was, being with the Olympics still going on. Yesterday, obviously, the men's 4x100 was just a complete shit show. I mean, they could barely get the handoff done. But Carl Lewis coming out and pretty much just hammering those guys, saying how bad of a joke that it was with those guys. Do you think that was appropriate for a former Olympian to come on and really just trash these guys that are out there competing right now? Quinn?
Well, I'll tell you this. I didn't see it. I didn't hear about it. So if I didn't hear about it, I don't think the majority of the people heard about it. So good for Carl. Why not? Let him talk.
Billy?
Carl who? I missed it.
Carl Lewis.
I didn't even see that. Like, did it make national headlines or anything?
Oh, yeah. It was – so our men's 4x100 had a huge problem with their handoffs. I mean, they were trying to hand the baton off. I mean, the one guy was damn near standing next to the other guy. They were side by side, and they couldn't get the handoff. And, you're supposed to be able to reach back, and that guy just drops it in your hand and you go. And they were just completely out of sync. And then he comes out and says, the USA team did everything wrong in the men's relay. The passage system was wrong. The athletes running the wrong legs. And it was clear that there was no leadership. It was a total embarrassment and completely unacceptable for the USA team to look worse than AAU kids that I have seen. He goes, this was a complete clown show out there. And, yeah, like Sigler said, they finished 6th place in the heat, and they didn't even qualify. So they're not even running for any kind of medal. And he just came out and just really just ripped them up. And I mean, shit happens. I get it. But do you think a guy should come out and totally rip these guys for, having some mistakes out there?
It's the Olympics. You're supposed to be the best in the world or best in your country. I don't know. I don't think it's hard to hand it off, right? I could be wrong. I don't know. But I mean, I'm kind of like thinking of it in regards to like a stick. Like, it shouldn't be that hard.
Billy?
I'm having all kinds of issues here, but I mean, it's America, man. You say what the hell you want. At the end of the day, he feels that way, then kudos to him. But like, again, personally for me, I couldn't care. I couldn't tell you one person that's running a track event. Not one. It's just, if we didn't win a medal in this Olympics, it wouldn't affect me one way or another. Like, at all. Like, sorry, I just don't pay attention enough to the sports that I just don't care about. Okay, period.
Yeah, I mean, the more I'm reading about it, like he's kind of trying to like highlight that these guys don't really know what they're doing. Like he says, I've been talking about this forever. The relay program has been a disaster for years because there's no leadership. When I say everything is wrong, it is. If you break down, people were running the wrong legs. He's talking about the one guy running the third leg, like he didn't even know how to like make a turn and hand the baton off correctly. He says they were not taught how to pass the baton, just simple things like that. I've watched. He goes, I'm not blaming the athletes; it was their leadership. And he's actually coaching right now at Houston, where he went to college at. So I guess it's kind of twofold. Like, do you have a guy come out and just totally rip our guys for what they're doing? I don't like that part of it. But if he's coming out and saying, listen, the system's broken, we need to get it fixed. Let's get it fixed, because this just shows how broken it is, because these guys just looked embarrassing for our, American team. I can see that part. If you're trying to make it better, then some criticism might be warranted. But if you're just out there ripping those guys because they looked like they were a bunch of clowns, I mean, I was kind of disappointed in that. Especially, Carl Lewis is one of the greatest Olympians in track and stuff for us in years. So for him to come out there, his name carries some weight. But I just was I was a little disappointed to see that at first. So it says Sig's like saying the one guy who can complain should be Carl Lewis. The guy was a goat at one time. So yeah, it'd be like Jordan coming out and hammering on our Olympic basketball team for losing the games that they did at the beginning, saying, listen, we're America. We've got the best athletes in the world. We should be dominating these games and not looking like a bunch of idiots. But
they're going to go play France for a gold.
Yeah, well, they've picked it up on the back end when they needed to, and now they're going to play gold or silver. They're going to get one of the two. So, but it was at first a little off-putting, because you're like, do you really want to hammer these guys that bad? But the more I looked into it, maybe some of it was warranted, but then I think there could have been a better way to do it. Maybe he approaches the coaches and the teams and say, listen, we need some better people in here running this, so let me be a part of it. Go be a part of the solution. Go help them out. You're one of the greatest track guys of all time. Go help them out. Go donate your time to those guys and be a part of it.
Uh-oh, you pulled a high school coach line. Go donate your time.
Yeah. I got to think. They might get paid. I'd like to hope maybe they get paid. I'm not sure. But if you're helping Houston out, go help out the American team too, and teach them what the hell they're doing and doing wrong. So
go put your hinds on and go.
Strap on your hinds and get out there and go help out. The other thing I saw today, and it just kind of blew my mind. I understand why it happened, but at the same time, we as fans are not going to see any relief in it. So the average value of the NFL franchises are up 14%.
Wow.
Despite a revenue drop. So obviously the biggest team was the Cowboys. They're the most expensive franchise, valued at $6.5 billion. It's an $800 million increase over what they were valued last year.
Good for them.
But they were talking about the biggest reason was this $112 billion TV deal that they just signed in March. And it says that was an 82% increase over the annual increase of payouts from last year. So all these teams are worth a lot more money now. But like I said, the three of us and other fans that are out there, we're not going to see any relief on that because ticket prices are still going to be ridiculous to go to a game. So the old adage, the rich get richer. I mean,
I really just don't understand why you would want to go to a game, any sporting event anymore, with high definition TVs and multiple TVs and fantasy football, and beer's a lot cheaper at home. Like, I'd rather just throw a party and have like 6 screens on, and you could pay for it your entire, have 10 people over, and it's still cheaper to do it that way and serve all kinds of goodies rather than just going to a game, getting a beer and a hot dog,
I mean, it's true, Billy, because, my dad is a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He's been a Pittsburgh Steelers fan his entire life.
That sounds terrible.
And I've offered many a times to get him and his wife 2 tickets to go to a Steelers game. Or if he didn't want to take her, take me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Dad, let's go to a game. And I've had friends who are willing to hook me up with tickets to go to a game. And he's like, no, I'm good. And he goes, I'd rather sit at home and sit on my chair, enjoy the game, be able to pause the game if you want, go to the bathroom, go get something to eat, come back and
this
sit down.
This guy says the atmosphere. Let me tell you something. You ain't never been to a Bill McCartney party. Let me tell you something right now, all right? Like, think Stifler times 3,
Can't believe you just compared yourself to Stifler.
He refuses to go. I mean, I've got him to go to a couple baseball games, but for a football game, he won't go. He'd rather sit at home. And I think that consensus is that for a lot of people. I mean, I've had some friends who've had season tickets to whether it be Cleveland or Pittsburgh, and a lot of times it's hard for them to get rid of the tickets on the nights that they don't want to go, because for them to get back what they've kind of put into it and at least break even or maybe make a couple bucks, it's hard for those people to want to pay that price. Kate says, where are you throwing this party at, Billy?
I didn't say I was throwing a party. I said you haven't been to a party of mine. That's all.
We'll all wait for that invite to the Billy party, the McCartney party at times 3 of Stifler. So
that's it.
That's what Paige just says. The more important question is, when is this party, not where.
I heard you don't even come out of the house, man. You got to come out of the house.
Paige just hiding at home. Yeah, so I mean, and that's the thing. And people want to say the atmosphere and being around the crowd and trying to be there at the stadium is.
We could turn the speakers up real loud so you could feel it. Yeah.
Kate says she'd like the RSVP as a no.
You weren't invited.
So obviously Billy's not having this party at home. We'll be at a location to be determined. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, with the way surround sound and, like you said, the big screen TVs, I mean, you can damn near feel like you're at the stadium. You crank that stuff up loud enough. And, like, the beer and the food and all that. I mean, it's tough. I mean, we as a family like to go to baseball games, and I have no problem that we just went to the Scrappers game the other day. And first off, the tickets were free because we got them through a different event. It was one of those, 4 tickets, general admission. General admission tickets, just as good as anything else. You buy a couple drinks and some hot dogs or something, and it's not that bad compared to you want to try to go to a Pirate game or an Indian game, you're looking at a couple $100 just for a family of 4 to go. So, I mean, it kind of ridiculous that like these these teams are going to come out now and say, well, yeah, we're worth, $6 billion or $5 billion now. And, sorry, fans, you're not going to get any relief off of that. We're still going to have high ticket prices and food out the door for the prices of those, even the drinks. I mean, shoot, I can't even think. It's probably what, $10-$12 for a beer at a game now.
Oh, easy, if not more.
Probably somewhere around there.
I mean, think about that. That's a 12-pack.
If not more.
Like you said, for a price of one beer, you can get 12 back home and sit on your couch and enjoy the game. Trent Conway saying that's a 12-pack. Paige says he's going to be hiding at home starting tomorrow. He's getting his wisdom teeth out. That's not a fun day.
Oh, that sucks. Good luck.
Michael Page says it was $9 for a beer at the Indians game a couple weeks ago. So
that was Buck Night
for beers.
He got $9 beers on Buck Night.
Yeah. I mean, like Coach over there saying it was $13.59 for some beers. I don't know if that's a 12-pack or a case of beer. I don't know. If it's for one beer, he's pretty specific on that $13.59.
He included tax.
There we go. I mean, but that's the thing. It's more convenient and it's nicer to stay at home and watch your games at home.
And you control the climate.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be super hot. It doesn't have to be super cold. It's just right. 3 Little Bears.
I mean, I'm trying to think. In my lifetime, I think I've only gone to like 4 NFL games. And, I mean, it's like, okay. I mean, it was fun, but I didn't have like great seats at any of them. I think the best seats I had was at the matter of fact, the Hall of Fame game. I went to one year when the Raiders were playing. They were playing the Eagles.
The Raiders.
Yeah, I went down there and got to see the Crypt Keeper as he was sitting in his little press box. But that was it. But that's only because at that time, Canton Stadium was still basically a big high school stadium, so there really wasn't a bad seat in the place.
Is the Hall of Fame game tonight?
Yep.
Like you said?
Yep.
Oh. So there's two crappy teams playing.
Yeah, I know Pittsburgh's one of them. I can't think who the other team is.
The Cowboys.
Is it the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't watch preseason. Who watches preseason?
Nobody. Steeler fans.
Yeah.
Well, Browns fans used to watch preseason games.
Used to.
Yeah,
Look,
those
those
are
are all our draft guys.
Like, if you think about it, like, if you're a
Baker
Steeler
out
fan,
there
why are you
doing
watching?
really good.
Yeah. If you're a Steeler fan, why are you watching? Roethlisberger's going to have, one drive? And that's it? If that.
Well,
I
don't think he's playing.
Well,
I don't think
yeah,
he's
Rudolph's starting.
Yeah.
So what's the point in even watching something like that?
Well, I mean, and here's the thing too. This is kind of what's ridiculous, and this is just for the degenerates that are out there. Pittsburgh's favored by 2. It's a preseason game that nobody's going to play in, and you got a line on this game already.
I already knew this. I could tell you, this was absolutely 100% accurate. That Michael Page watches every second of every game. Because
those are the guys that sit there and watch that, and now they know the depth chart like 5 guys deep. They're like, wow, this running back from North Carolina is over here, and then his backup is this guy from Houston, and really, like, these guys are never probably going to see the field of play.
They probably won't even make the team.
They're going to get
half of them won't even make it.
They'll get cut after like preseason game number 2 and then be done. He's like, I want to see Rudolph versus Haskins in the QB battle.
That's easy one. Rudolph stinks.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You're playing to sit
Brandon,
behind Roethlisberger.
Thanks for ghosting me, Brandon. I had a question for you, and you decided to not answer me. Now you pop up on the Power Hour.
Oh, it's on now.
Yep.
You've angered Paul.
You know, it's because I didn't respond back to the Big 33. He goes quiet on me when I ask him a question. It's all right. I know some people out there.
I'm really just not even ready for football season yet. I know that sounds like weird, but like I just got done with baseball like 2 days ago. So
think about it, Billy. It's 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from high school football. It starts on the 19th. I mean, it's insane. Like, I agree. I'm not ready either. Like, I don't feel like we've had a full summer yet.
I just remember, like, it didn't feel like too long ago where I was calling the, South Range Ursuline game for softball, the regional finals, and then, boom, football.
Yeah, it's like it's right here. Like all of a sudden, it just snuck up on all of us, and it's like, holy crap! I mean, I think we're very prepared for it. We're ready to go. We've got all of our people ready and in place to do football. But I think mentally, a lot of us are like, it's here. I mean, coaches, like Coach Seidel and other coaches out there, they've been doing stuff for the last, month or two. But that's what they're used to. They're used to doing that stuff during the summer and having their practices and warm-ups and getting all that stuff out of the way. But now all of a sudden you're 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from opening game. I mean, there's 4 games at opening Thursday and then a whole full slate on Friday the 20th, and you're just like, where'd the time go?
Like I'll be excited when it's here officially, like when it's the week of or a couple of days before. But like as of today, I'm just looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah.
So, if you know, you know.
Yeah, getting ready for the weekend and being ready to go. Some people go on vacations. Some people, get a chance to go out. Brandon's saying he's got a scrimmage tomorrow. Have fun. Mention how much I hate picture day. I hope picture day's tomorrow, Coach.
It was Tuesday.
Oh, it was Tuesday?
Picture day is the worst because it just interrupts everything. Like it
literally interrupted everything for him.
Oh, I'm just saying my experience, even especially with football, because it's like smack dab in the middle of the day of 2 days, and then you're just like, oh, we're trying to do this, we're trying to put in extra plays, we're trying to do coverages or whatever, and then it's like boom, and it's like a 4-hour event for no reason. Like, just take the team picture. Be on and then go.
It was Tuesday for like my youngest one is doing Little Raider stuff, and they had their picture day Tuesday. Started at 5:30. I had a meeting for something else, so I didn't get to go to that. My meeting was over at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and they were just on their way home from pictures because they had to do their individuals, then their team picture, and then every single team that was there had to get together and do one big group picture at the end. And I was like, no, that's just a long drawn out day. But I mean, we know who picture day is for. It's for the parents. They want their pictures of their kids, no matter how old they are, and to put a button on them in your phone. Yeah. I mean, I did it. She walked out into the kitchen. I took a picture of her and said, "You look beautiful, honey." And then I left. I mean, but now we'll have a picture on the fridge and send it to the grandparents and stuff. But yeah, I mean, pictures, it just completely shuts your whole day down. You might as well not do anything that day. Yeah. So Coach says his practices were from 5 to 7, pictures right in the middle of it. So it's like you really couldn't accomplish anything. But now Kate wants to know, can she get a button of you? The Matt Seidel button. We need some of those. Coach, you can sell those. People will buy them. That's what we need too for Jeff. Just a Betos button.
We should put Jeff Betos' number right here at the bottom. Let it scroll.
Like the ticker tape.
Since he decided to just bail on us, probably to hit like putt golf balls or something.
Yeah, I mean, no explanation either. Like, he just said, I'm out today, boys.
And that's messed up because I ate lunch with him today.
Oh.
You probably paid for it.
No.
Did you leave a tip?
Split that one. He got 30 wings.
Though?
He got 30 wings. I was not about to pay for his wings that he didn't eat.
30 wings. Where'd you guys go?
Beat-ups.
Oh.
30 wings. He ate 10. 10 of the 30.
Why did he order 30? So we could take him home?
Well, it was wing night, so he got half. He got half and half. So he ordered 15 and he got 30 because you get half.
I thought Tuesday's wing night.
Thursday, boneless.
Oh, Jeff doesn't.
Chicken nuggets.
Don't really
he got nuggets.
Wings. Yeah, Jeff doesn't. Nuggets. Yeah, Jeff doesn't eat wings. He eats nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was nugget day for him.
Yeah, nugget day. It's nugget day there at that establishment. So yeah, there we go. That's better. I loved Billy's thing the other day that he sent out about him. This is how he eats wings. It was a grown man sitting in a high chair. Yeah, they're called nuggets.
And what did he do today?
He went and had his boneless nuggets. So there you go. Listen, my kids eat nuggets.
That's fine.
Everybody loves a nugget, but call it a nugget.
Just call it a nugget. Yep.
Don't call it a boneless wing because, let's not knock the boneless wings. Well, but we can't. Why do they get to be called boneless wings? It's just a piece of chicken, breaded, and then put in the sauce.
With rib meat. Just call it a nugget. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, a wing has bones in it. Boneless wings are just nuggets. So they're still good. They're still delicious. Not going to say they're not, but
they're magically delicious.
They're magically delicious.
My picture too.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, but let's not call them wings because it's just a piece of meat. So it's a nugget, just like a nugget is.
And Jeff,
I think it's time for a commercial.
I was just going to say, chicken breasts don't always have bones.
Sure. Time for a commercial.
On to the break.
There we go. Yep.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Hi, this is Jim Myers with Myers Family Insurance, your local Medicare and retirement resource. We're excited to have sports back. Whether you're on the field or cheering from the stands, sports unifies communities and brings hope for the future. We're all one team working together. At Myers Family Insurance, we know the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is October 15th through December 7th. Now's the time to make sure your plan continues to meet your needs for the upcoming year.
Call today.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
We're back here on the Thursday edition of the Power Hour, the trio of Billy McCartney, myself, and Quinn Pushcart. and all of our lovely guests that are out there watching in internet world. As like this is just a train wreck as I sent a message to those guys. So hopefully everybody's enjoying today's show. I mean, listen, it's the middle of the summer like this. There's always not a lot to talk about, and so we're trying to do our best. But one thing I did see, and ESPN's broken it a couple times, and they've talked about it. And I mean, it's something that I've mentioned and talked about before, at least about the team name, and now they're coming out. Washington coming out and telling people that they're not going to let fans into the stadium that are dressed in Native American either face paint or feathers or garb. They've said that they won't be allowed in because that's not the team that they are anymore, and that's not who they represent. I mean, before I go on my rant, how do you guys feel about that? Billy?
If I may pull a thing from South Park, I thought this was America. I don't know. I don't know how to take this. I mean, on one hand, you're knocking on a very small percentage of your fan base, or you're hurting a part of the fan base. On the other ones who supported you for so many years, you're going to knock them too. So at some point, you're going to lose a lot of fans. So hopefully you rebuild those fans. One quick way to do that is by winning. If you're in a name change, you should probably do whatever you can to win right away. Otherwise, you're going to be in a lot of trouble and trying to regain some new fans or even to keep the ones that you have. Same thing with like the Indians right now, changing their names. In my opinion, they better figure out a way to promote their stars and win games early so that Cleveland area can embrace that terrible name. Maybe the roller derby team will win their lawsuit and they'll have to change their name again.
Yeah, we can get on that one after this in a second. Quinn, what's your thought on this? I mean, Washington being able to tell their fans you can't come in dressed a certain way.
I mean, I give them credit for sticking to their guns about it. I mean, they're so against being called the Redskins. I give them credit for, sticking to that. But at the same point, like Billy said, you're killing off the vast majority of your fans. Everybody knows you as the Redskins, and everybody's probably going to stay as Redskin fans. I mean, I know how you feel, Paul, and I'm sure Billy's the same way. I mean, they're the Redskins to me. And if you're one of those fans that are going to dress up, like the Redskins fans would, I mean, you can't really do that for a team called the football team or club or whatever the hell they're called now. So, like, what are you going to dress up as, a giant football? Like, so I mean, I don't know. I give them credit for sticking to their guns with it, but at the same point, I think it's stupid as it is.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I mean, the first thing I thought about is almost exactly what Billy said. Is like, this is America. Like, you have the freedoms to do these things, to pretty much say what you want, to dress how you want, and to do, and if you want to go support, and that's how you did it because that's how they were for years, you should be allowed to do that. To play devil's advocate, I guess as the football team can do that as well and say, listen, you're not coming in our stadium dressed like this. But my thing is who's it? I hate the way this is going to sound, but like, who's it immediately offensive to if you go to the football game dressed up, with a big headgear and you're going in there because that's how you've done it for some of these people are probably 20, 30-year ticket holders and they've been doing it for years. They sit in their certain section. I mean, it kind of boggled my mind that like you're going to tell these people who've been supporting you and are still going to support you through this change. You're going to tell them, well, we're going to erase history. We are no longer that way. You must adhere to this or you can't be a part of it anymore.
Then you should have changed everything. You should have changed your colors. You should have changed everything and said we're starting over. That way it would have been real hard for them to come into that type of older gear that they've worn for years to come in if they were blue and silver. You know what I mean? Like instead of the maroon and gold. Like it would have been real hard for them to come in the game and root for the team that's there if they would have just changed their colors.
Yeah, I mean it's just dumb, and it's again this whole the whole PC thing and soft. We've talked about it, but without getting too political on it, it's like you complain about something and say that it offends you. Next thing you know, they're changing the stuff. And to Billy's point, talking about the Indians, and then Quinn talking about it as well with the team. I mean, listen. First off, you did all this research, and you can't figure out that another organization in your town has the name the Guardians. Like, what the hell were you looking up? I mean, some people have a conspiracy theory that they did this on purpose, that they, figured, oh, look, somebody else has got it now. They'll put up a fake fight, and now they've got to come up with something different. But, I mean, there was another professional team that has that name, and you screwed up so bad that you said, yeah, this is our name. Oh, whoops, somebody else has it. Oh, well, we'll fight them.
I mean, it doesn't sound like they're backing down at all right now. So it sounds like no. I mean, it sounds like the roller derby team decided to say, hey, we want a 20% merchandising revenue or royalty on the name of all the merchandise that the website sells, and they're saying we're not giving you anything. That's what the Indians/Guardians are coming out and saying. We're not giving you anything, and at the end of the day, they're going to have to do something because they can't. Like the Indians can't even file a trademark or anything. They can't file that license until they get the rights, and the rights are with the Cleveland Guardians, the roller derby team.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. I think this is such a Cleveland ass backwards thing. Like it's so funny to me, and they deserve it.
I mean, could you imagine you're sitting in the room with all these marketing guys and girls, and they're sitting there and they're going over all this stuff, and everybody's coming up with all these different names, and you happen to be the one guy who probably knows that this team exists, but you're like, hey, what about the Guardians? And everybody's like, oh yeah, this is great, without anybody like sitting there going, well, hold on, let me just Google real quick the Guardians and see what pops up. Oh shit, there's a roller derby team in town. They probably, honestly, I think what they probably thought is they're roller derby. Who gives a shit about them? We're a professional baseball team. We'll just muscle them out of their name, and they'll just roll over, and we'll be fine. Literally,
I think with all the money that they decided to cut this year, they might have dipped into the marketing cutting and cut half of their staff, and all the older people. Now you got interns and just recently graduated from college doing all the work. And well, we know how recently graduated college, those guys don't like to work too much.
No, and they probably don't know anything. They don't even probably know what roller derby is, let alone that that it still exists. And they're like, oh, this Guardian sounds like great.
Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, all you gotta do is Google like trademarks. Like, oh yeah, can we have this? Oh no, it's taken. Somebody has it. Somebody owns it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was hilarious because I'm thinking to myself, you're a professional organization. You are at the top bar of sports. How do you not know how to do any kind of research and look and see into these things and see? I mean, they've had time. They've known for over a year that they were going to change their name, and they can't do that. I'd like to know what the hell Washington's doing. They went a whole season with a different name. They're going to start season 2 with a different name. How did they not come up with something?
They're going to have like the greatest name of all time. They better.
Or it's just going to stay. Or it's going to stay the same. They're not going to change.
And how generic is that? The Washington football team. I mean, that's just like
They
throwing
stink
a towel.
anyway. Who cares?
Like, oh, your last name's Smith. Okay, sure. You just don't care. You're just throwing the towel in. It's like, come on, like, do something interesting and do some research. I mean, that's what just kills.
They should be called like the Washington Rednecks, and nobody would be offended.
The Rednecks will be like, we got a team named after us.
That's right.
I mean, I think it might be a little more fitting if they called themselves the Criminals. I mean, because obviously DC is just full of those. But I mean, it's just they could do so much more with that. And again, the Cleveland, I've tried to talk about it many times when people bring it up. What is wrong with the Tribe? There's nothing wrong with the Tribe. It's not offensive to anybody. It's a tribe. A tribe can be defined as many things, and they call them that now. Brandon says Dolan said they did, and they hired a company to help. It says they asked him during a game about spiders, and he said that's trademarked because of Spider-Man. I don't know how much I believe that.
That might be true, but if it is true,
I'm sure that you can make an argument that it'd be grandfathered in and stuff anyway because they were the spiders at one point.
Yeah, but trademarks don't go. They don't get your trademarks don't get grandfathered in though.
That's true.
I think it's every 7 years or something. You got to reapply the trademark.
But I mean, like you look at, Spider-Man is different than being called the Spiders.
Yeah, but it's like close. That's things like that are like close or resemble. Like.
Well, if they were going to be called the Cleveland Spider-Men, then I could see that. Okay, that is very close. But if they're just the Cleveland Spiders, I mean, that's just an arachnid. Who cares? So, but I mean, that would have been a dumb name to begin with. But my thing was the tribe. You still just go with the Block C, your Cleveland, the tribe, whatever. But again, I think they were thinking that might be too close to Indian type verbiage. So we got to get away from all that and not piss anybody off. But I don't. I mean, you've got all these minor league teams that have some of the best names out there, and
realistically, you could have just took the Scrappers. You could have took one of your minor league teams and just said, "This is what we're going to do."
Yeah, the Rubber Ducks.
The Cleveland Rubber Ducks.
That'd be real intimidating for Major League Baseball.
I mean, there's so many things. Again, I'd love to have been in these meetings and sat there and listened to these guys and girls throw out names and been like, "This is what you do for a living." Like,
it's probably the same company that redesigned the Browns uniforms for that 3-year span and made them look like a bunch of galloping turds.
Yeah, I mean,
in fairness, it matched the team, but whatever.
Oh, baseball! You see that they're going to be playing at the Field of Dreams here, and they unveiled their uniforms for the Yankees and White Sox game.
White Sox, yeah.
White Sox giving a whole throwback there. I'm digging it too.
Yeah, that's next Thursday.
The 12th, yeah.
Yeah, the 12th. So, yeah, I just was looking at this. Nolan also said they asked fans to help. Well, he probably didn't get some...
He's also asked for fans to show up at his games, and they haven't shown up either.
So, yeah. So
we've also asked him to sell the team, and he still hasn't done that yet.
There's your throwbacks there.
They look sweet. Yankees look
like
typical
what,
Yankees.
The Yankees, it still looks like New York, but they got a bigger NY on their hat.
That's like a 30s look for them.
And then the White Sox just looks awesome because that is what they wore in the movie. So I think that's pretty badass. And I think that'll be pretty cool. I'm interested to see that because first off, they were talking about how those tickets are going to be insane to get. Like, it's very expensive to get a ticket to that because there's going to be limited seating. But I want to see a guy just hammer one into the cornfield.
Those tickets should be free. They should be 100% free.
They're not. Well, then
never going to happen.
Yeah.
It just should be. It should just be absolutely 100% free. This should be one of those feel-good stories. Hey, we're doing this. This is a cool thing to do. Free.
I mean, yeah, but how are you going to dictate who gets them? Just like player families and stuff then?
First come, first serve. Do a lottery. Do whatever you want. There's plenty of ways to figure that out.
Well, and you know that they're not going to give up that kind of money because they're going to make a ton of money off that.
There's not a lot of seating there. It's not like, I mean, Kent State probably has similar seating.
I didn't think there was that much seating in general. I didn't think there was even that much.
That's what I'm saying. There's not a whole lot of seating.
They said it was a raffle to get tickets.
And then people are just selling them on like the internet.
$400 a piece for the cheap tickets. $400.
Hey, I'll be at home watching on ESPN or whatever it's being played on. I don't even know what's being played on.
On ESPN. Yeah, $400 a ticket is what those were. And then it says top dollar. It says top dollar for these tickets. It says some of them are going anywhere from $700 to $1,500 for a ticket.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll watch the movie at home and not watch the game. So.
Yeah, it says the one guy shelled out $775 for 2 tickets. But he had to win the lottery first to have the opportunity to buy those tickets. 8,000 seat stadium is where it's going to be at. They're going to have 8,000 seats in that stadium for this game next week. Nationally televised, actually, it's going to be on Fox.
Oh, great. That means stupid Joe Buck will be calling the damn game. I won't be watching.
Yes, that's exactly what it means. Starting prices for 2 tickets on StubHub was $1,500. With some ticket packages, 2 tickets with some kind of package. I don't know what the package was. $9,500.
You can have two tickets to Paradise. A lot cheaper than that.
Says one guy he won the lottery, bought 2 tickets.
Right over his head.
Plans on selling them. 2 tickets to Paradise? Yeah, I got it. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous, but that's how they're going to market that. And,
good job, Stifler.
And they're going to get it. They're going to get it because people are going to say, I got to go to that first game. I got to be there at the Field of Dreams and see these 2 mediocre teams battle out in a cornfield in the middle of nowhere.
Like, I got a cornfield like a mile from my house. Let's just go make it ourselves. Build a baseball field and have a bunch of old guys come and play baseball. Be about as interesting to me.
Hey, if you build it, they will come.
Huh?
I think it was way cooler when they played. What was it? 2 years ago they played the games at where the Lowly World Series is at.
Yes.
Yeah. It was. What was that during the World Series? I think it was during it. Yeah.
And they all the kids from all the teams came over. They got to meet the teams. They got to meet the players and whatnot. Yeah, that was cool.
I don't think they sold tickets for that either. I think that was just like Little League only. Anybody that was a part of that was the only ones that can go.
It was. That's why it was way cooler. Now people are making thousands of dollars off of this. It's like a Jeff Bezos scumbag moment.
So you get your hands on those tickets and you can make $10,000 on it.
I mean, Jeff's not even that smart.
No.
I just won't go. Screw it.
Let's see here. It says this year, Billy, that game is going to be the Angels and the Indians at Williamsport.
Nice.
Yeah, it says they've been doing it since 2017, and it's become one of Major League Baseball's highlights in the highlight at the Little League World Series. So that'll go on. It started in 2017. It'll be August 22nd. So 10 days after their other big game that they're going to put out there at Field of Dreams in Iowa, they're going to have this game against the Angels and the Indians. So
good.
That'll be fun. And I think I agree with you guys. I think that is more meaningful because, those little kids get to go sit there and see these pros that they look up to. I mean, think about now that, listen, I don't know who the Indians have on their team to look up to, but, the Angels at least, maybe Trout will be there, because of that, whether he's on the IR or not. But then you've got Shohani, he'll be there. A bunch of those other guys, like the Angels got some good guys on their teams, and now those kids get to go look. And I mean, shoot, the Shohani's going to be the biggest draw, not only for the American kids, but for the international kids. They're going to go goofy over that guy.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
I mean, and whether they predetermine when these teams go or not, I'll at least give MLB a little credit there. Like, hey, take a team that's got one of the hottest ticket draws for you right now and go put him on an international stage like that and let those kids just go crazy. Now you've just caused a frenzy.
Yeah, it did real good. I think they did the Pirates a couple years ago. It was like Cubs and Pirates, I think.
And it makes sense to sort of keep that local to some of these teams around here. I mean, have the Pirates, the Phillies. I got to imagine at some point the Phillies might have been in there, or they should be in there, because Williamsport is not that far from Philadelphia. The Indians really is not that far from Williamsport either. But, I mean, you could have, the New York teams would be close there. I don't even know if, like, the Cubs would be that bad.
They already did it. They already did it, I believe.
Did they? Toronto playing in Buffalo right now, but still. I mean, it would
they're back home.
Oh, are they? They're back in Toronto?
They're back home.
That was, a week ago?
Yeah.
Shows how much I pay attention to them. So, yeah, good for them. Well, it is towards the end of the show here now, and it's time for our G. Berwick Farms. What's your beef? What's your filet? You can go out there and see G. Berwick Farms over there on New Buffalo Road. Go out there and grab some good meat. Get out there. You can smoke it, grill it, fry it. That's what they say before they get their steaks. So, Quinn, you're up first. What is your beef and or filet today on this Thursday?
I'm going to go with a filet. It's just Billy. Billy's back. Calling himself Stifler and God knows what else he's done to himself. And singing songs and all sorts of stuff. It's Billy, you're my filet today.
Michael Page says he's got a beef with his surgery tomorrow. Not looking forward to it at all. Yeah, you're getting a mouth surgery there with your, what do you say, is wisdom teeth? Yeah, that's not fun. So, more of an excuse for him to stay in the house, I guess. Billy, beef, filet?
We're just going to go with a filet. I mean, it's good to be back home, and it's good to just kind of wake up in my own bed 2 nights in a row here, it seems. It was such a great trip we went on to. Obviously, we did very, very well coming back world champs. Did I mention we came back as world champs? And, but.
You have any flashy jewelry or anything?
Soon. But the sleeping situation was rough. Everybody was kind of piled in, and it's just good to be back home sleeping in my own bed. So that's my filet.
All right. Mine's a combination of the two. It's a beef mixed with a filet. So it's just some of these, I'll just call them organizations that are out there that think that they can do what we do better. And then when they realize that they can't, they come crawling back and they want to be a part of it again. I mean, I just find it to be funny because, I mean, all of us know, this isn't the easiest thing to do, and we try not to make it hard. We try to make it look easy, but it's not, dealing with all the schools and doing all these different things that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. And, you get somebody who thinks that, well, we don't need that. We're going to go and do it this way. And then when they realize they can't, they come back, and it's just kind of funny because we kind of not like we told you so, but it's kind of like, well, we were trying to let you know that we can help you out and do things, but I just find it to be a little ironic that they come back, and so it's a little beef, a little bit of filet, because it's a filet because we're doing such a great job and they do need us, but it's a beef because you thought you could do it better and you can't, so you're back. So that's it. And that's our G. Burbick Farms beefs and fillets for today. It's a Thursday edition, guys. We made it through.
Stop talking trash on our schools.
Yeah, that too. They know who they are. Yeah, you want to talk shit on a school. That's not a good look. So, but that's a totally different beef with somebody else. But no, we made it through. The three of us did on this Thursday edition here at the Power Hour. We thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you guys back tomorrow on our free Friday. Till then, we'll fly the flag. See you later.